people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico. And we also love Puerto Rico.
I have some breaking news, folks. The left is having a complete meltdown, as per usual. Just like every single other day of the week. Now, as you all know, Trump had a rally at Madison Square Garden. And during this rally, he had many speakers come out. And one of the people he had come out was a man by the name of Tony Hinchcliffe. Tony Hinchcliffe is a comedian. He's the host of the Kill Tony podcast, one of the biggest podcasts in the world. And one of my favorite shows is Kill Tony. And if you are familiar with Kill Tony, you know that not only is he, obviously a comedian, but he specializes in roast as well. So he tells jokes that can sometimes be offensive. He tells jokes that are humiliating towards people. That's the type of comedy that he specializes in. Now, I'm a big fan of comedy, and like I said, I'm a big fan of his show. And he came out there, he made a couple of jokes that honestly weren't even that harsh. But the left, they're really desperate right now. They have nothing. They will cling to anything. So they took 18 seconds of an 11-minute set, and they spread this little clip everywhere, and they started having a meltdown because Tony told a little joke about Puerto Rico. Now, if you do your research on Tony, you would quickly realize that he has done more than just about anyone in comedy when it comes to, at least lately, when it comes to giving other comedians a platform, giving other musicians a platform, people of all different races, creeds, backgrounds, all shapes and sizes. I mean, if you ever watch an episode of Kill Tony, it's such a mixed bag of people that he gives a platform to perform. I think personally he's a good guy. But the left is doing what they usually do, folks. And I don't think people should overreact too much. Because if a joke is all it takes to sway your vote, then it is what it is. We have to move from this place where it's just constant fake outrage and everyone wants to be a victim of something. Cancel culture is in full effect right now. The left is trying to get Tony, canceled from certain jobs. They're trying to get certain arenas to cancel his shows. But what I want to do is I want to play a little clip of, now, like I said, it was an 11-minute set, but I'm going to play a little clip of some of his jokes. You'll see that he makes fun of a little bit of everyone, like he always does. And then after this clip, I'll be right back with you.
I don't know about you guys, but I think that Travis Kelce might be the next O.J. Simpson. Feels good in here. The other side's got a lot of crazy endorsements. Swift, Eminem, Leo DiCaprio, Beyonce. Every day the Democratic Party looks more and more like a P. Diddy party. Oh, okay. Okay, that's what you guys want. All right, heck yeah, it's cool. Black guy with a thing on his head. What the hell is that, a lampshade? Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. Wow. I'm just kidding. That's one of my buddies. He had a Halloween party last night. We had fun. We carved watermelons together. It was awesome. You guys are... This is a groany little morning crowd, huh? It's tough to follow this audition for the next Commissioner Gordon's over here. It is, though. It's crazy times we're living in. I mean, all these pointless wars. It is unbelievable what's happening right now. It is incredible. Ukraine versus Russia, Israel, it's like bad soccer games. Who even cares? What are we doing? Why is our money involved in these wars? When it comes to Israel and Palestine, we're all thinking the same thing. Settle your stuff already. Best out of 3. Rock, paper, scissors. You know the Palestinians are going to throw rock every time. But you also know the Jews have a hard time throwing that paper. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're having fun now. We're cooking. Hillary Clinton said that this is a Nazi rally here today. Can you believe that? For the most anti-war president of my entire lifetime, and she calls him Hitler. Let me remind you, Hillary, it was your husband who shot innocent people, or as he called them, interns. Yeah, Hillary, I bet you did not see that one coming. By the way, if I commit suicide in 3 weeks, I didn't. I mean, it's just obvious to me who the right candidate is. There's a guy out here dodging bullets. It is unbelievable, right?
Live from the garden.
The rally was great.
Puerto
Trump
Ricans
is the
for
best.
Trump 2024.
Yo, now that I got my fellow Puerto Ricans,
Facts.
obviously what happened there tonight, everybody's talking
Beautiful,
about it.
epic.
But the Puerto Rican joke, the garbage island stuff, do you guys even give a fuck about that?
No,
I don't. No, I don't.
I don't even pay a mind. I don't even pay attention to it.
Puerto Ricans for Trump. Lock in. Stay locked in on the go. Y'all already know, my boy. I told you guys. So
Now, I'll be fair. I will say this. The argument can be made that, yeah, maybe he gave the left a little bit of ammo with these jokes. Because we all know they're looking for something, right? We all know they're looking for something, and he gave them a little bit of what they were looking for. But, with that being said, if you're aware of that, if you know that they were going to be looking for something, then you already know that if it wasn't for Tony's jokes, it would have been something else. If it wasn't for what Tony said, it would have been something someone else said. They were always going to cherry pick something to fake outrage about. And what people need to understand is that you got to stop giving into this. This is what the left does. Don't overreact. Like I said, they were going to find something to lose their minds about. They were going to find something to be fake outraged about because that is what they do best. They're professional victims that are always offended by everything. Now, mind you, comedians on the left, they attack Trump, they attack Trump supporters nonstop, right? Think of what was it? Kathy Griffin with the decapitated Trump head. I mean, we've seen all types of stuff. There's no limits to what the left can do and what the left can say. But if you tell jokes and you're associated with Donald Trump, it's a problem. You see, Tony Hinchcliffe, like I said, he has one of the biggest podcasts in the world. Millions of people listen every week. Tony is telling more offensive jokes than that on his show every week. It's not an issue. But because it was associated with Trump, they have to fake their outrage. And what normal people need to do is they need to stop thinking it's a big deal. Don't trick yourself into thinking, oh, this is such a big deal because the left is making a big deal out of it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, breaking news, the left is having a meltdown. like they do every other day of the week. Folks, tomorrow, the next day, it will be something else. It's literally gotten to the point that I think that most people should recognize this pattern by now. And you just should not overreact when you see them overreacting. Because that's what they want. What you should do is just laugh at them. Laugh at them because at the end of the day, they're hypocrites. They're hypocrites. And that's all there is to it. And at the end of the day, no one was actually offended by this joke. You see, the left, they're opportunist. And sometimes that's a good thing, but not always. It's not always good to be an opportunist when you're someone with a victim mentality that jumps at every opportunity to play victim and fake outrage. But that's what the left does. And most of the people that are fake offended, they're pretending to be offended on Puerto Ricans' behalf. It's mainly just white liberals, as usual. And the Puerto Ricans who are pretending to be offended by it, I would make the argument that most of them are just following up with their white liberal saviors. Because, they've allowed them to basically rename their entire community as Latinx and all of that other stuff. So it is what it is, folks. If you are voting for Donald Trump, you're still voting for Donald Trump. If you are voting for Kamala, you're voting for Kamala. A joke this far into the game isn't really going to change things. And for those of you all who think that it's a big deal that a joke was told, I don't know what to tell you. Because look at what's going on in the world. A little joke about Puerto Rico is the least of our concerns. But for right now, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. And if you find yourself getting too worked up by all of this, remember, it's just political cinema.